Jack Franklin Fowler. As we knowingly love him and call him Blackjack on this show, we're talking Love Island Season 4, 2018. The one and only Blackjack, Jack Fowler. Welcome to Smith Sisters Live.
Yo! Do-do-do-do! Yes, thank you for having me.
Of course. So I'm going to give a little intro. We've talked about you on the show before. We've talked about old seasons of Love Island. We've talked Love Island games. We've talked about you. We just want to take it back a little bit. Going back to 2018, when Love Island Season 4, the UK version came out, that kicked off our obsession with Love Island. Mariah started watching it. Yes. She pulled me in, pulled Lauren in. And when you entered Casa Amor, you entered the villa, it was wild, okay? You were our new Jack, because the OG Jack Fincham was in the other villa. He was in the main villa cutting up. When you came in and you coupled up with Laura Anderson, which brought you into the main villa. You did a date with Georgia, you did a date with Alexandra, but you left with Laura Crane after receiving the fewest public votes. And now if we had been voting, we would have been voted you to stay in. You then entered your influencer era. You launched a music career with Foolish. You started DJing. You also did Celebs Go Dating. But then that brings us to 2023 when Love Island Games was announced. We watched the season tip to tail. You and Justine are our winners and our most valuable Islanders. So what we're going to do today is take you through a couple of burning questions that we've been wanting to ask you about the show, about you in general, and then play a cheeky little game at the end as we do. So, Mariah, you want to kick it off?
Yes. I am going to echo what Rachel said, but also warn you, Jack, we're obsessed, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We truly, everything you did in the villa, Love Island Games changed my life, and I feel like I have a testimony. So I have a question for you. Back again in season 4, you said something along the lines of like, some people are tall, dark, and handsome, some have chat, and some have game, but you have it all. And we agree.
Your words.
Your words. And you, like, we think you're suave, you're always in a silly, goofy mood, you're down to have fun. Where does that silliness come from? Like, what? Do you have siblings or family members that you grew up with that bring out that side of you, or even the swaggy side? Like, you're an enigma. We're obsessed.
Well, thank you. Let's start off with a thank you. Well, what an introduction. You're telling me things that I completely forgot about. It's crazy. No, do you know what? I think just growing up in East London, obviously I'm from England, so from East London, it's very multicultural. All my friends are very different. The school I went to, you know, there was loads of people from different walks of life in there, right? So you always got a bit of taste of everything, you know? And I think just growing up in that kind of environment just gave me maybe different layers to me than I would have had if I lived elsewhere. I'm very close to my family, very close to my brother, my dad, my mom, and we have that kind of relationship where not anything goes, because I have to remain respectful to my family, but you know your man's there where it's like you see me, I'm just the guy that just push the boat out a little bit further than anyone else. Do you know what I'm saying? Just want to test it. I just want to test it, and then when I get cold off, I go, oh my bad. You know what I mean?
That's Mariah.
That's on me. Yeah. I get it. No, you got to see what you can do. Ain't nothing hurt but to try.
Exactly. So I think that was me as a kid. Like, just growing up as a kid in school, I wasn't necessarily a bad kid. I don't think any of my teachers would say that. I think I was just a kid that was just a bit cheeky. You know what I mean? Just a bit cheeky. Like, I was in year 7, which for you guys, let's try and break that down. You did grades. So
yes, that was great. Yeah.
Yo, Justine tries to explain it to me. I still have no idea.
Listen, we know. I mean, we have our things down. You said you grew up in East London, as I'm sure you would call it the ends.
Okay, yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
there's some cross. We got it.
Yeah. So you would say, okay. So I wasn't raised in an estate, but you guys would call that the projects. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So like that. So my area, we had those. We obviously had those, but it was like I never kind of grew up on them. I did spend time on them, but I didn't grow up on them. But a lot of my friends did, right? So I was just with my friends a lot. So I think just having that upbringing, it's just been a bit unique, I think. You know, like I was raised on jerk chicken and rice and peas and curry goat and plantain.
I love it.
Everything, you know, sugar and spice, everything nice. You know what I mean?
I love it.
That's what my dad kind of cooked us, you know? So I think people say, oh, Jack, man, you look like, you know, you're Black Jack, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, well, yeah, but like, I understand why you might think that, but I understand that pass as white. But, you know, my dad, he's a man of color, you know, he's a black man.
Yeah.
So you know, I have the mix, you know, I have the mix. So yeah, I think just being able to push a little bit and just having some banter about it and not taking life too seriously, you know.
Listen, you can't. Mariah is our queen jokester, so she knows exactly the vibes you're on, the vibe you're talking about. So we get it. We love
Love Island, right? So I've always got massive respect for Love Island because my life pre-18 and post-2018, very different, right? Very different.
Really?
But when I done Love Island in 2018, I loved it. I loved every single minute of it. And I loved what it done for my life. But I also thought to myself, you know, I've done that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really see myself going back on it. And bringing Islanders back to Love Island wasn't really a thing. And like you said before, I'd done Celebs Go Dating, which was another kind of dating show, which wasn't anything, to be honest, similar to Love Island, but it's just that dating world again.
Right.
And I enjoyed doing those two shows, but I wanted to go down the music route more, you know, producing and singing and rapping and just molding my artistry. But then when Love Island Games come around, I don't know if I was hesitant. I don't think I really took it in firstly, like, because Love Island Games, you know, what? Do you know what I'm saying? And we made Love Island. So if I don't know what Love Island Games is, this is Snog.
It ain't nothing.
If I don't know what Love Island Games is, then what is that? But then when I sat down and had the meeting, they explained, you know, listen, this is all about competing. This is all about, you know, your athleticism and your strategic side of you. And I was like, rah, this is actually me from the age of 12 when I was playing football, or you guys would say something. Like, I'll be like, yo, I'm so competitive, it's frightening, right?
Wow.
So then when they said, we're going to mix this with Love Island, I said, yeah, sign me up.
Yeah, and that's how we got, but did we win? Say, I would go through the trenches, but did we win?
Yeah. Literally.
So good.
Okay.
So good.
I think, Rachel, we'll get to it, but one burning question that we've had is and we found this out basically through your Instagram, that Love Island Games isn't like popping off in the UK like it is here. We thought it was like across the board, because it was like, oh, ITV US, whatever, and then Love Island All Stars is coming out in January. Confusing. But I'm like, do you feel now you have this sort of, I would say, larger fan base in the US? You already had it because Love Island is so popular across the globe, but do you feel like now you have a better little pocket seat in America than you did before?
Yeah, and that's, you know, it's been very, very humbling, you know, just also the dynamic of the show being pre-recorded, that's brand new to everyone.
Yes.
Right? So we was able to, for the first time ever, watch it with you, right?
Yes,
because
yes.
normally we watch it and we come out to whatever we come out to, but, you know, me and Justine, we were sitting on the fact that we won. Do you know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
I didn't even tell my mom, I didn't tell my dad. I told them I got to the final because they worked it out in their minds. Oh, right, we haven't heard from Jack yet. That must mean he's got far in the show.
Oh,
yeah.
my
But
God.
I didn't tell them that we won, so I couldn't. So yeah, having that.
Could you tell anyone?
So obviously my team knew, right?
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to tell my parents because I wanted to be there with them and have that moment where we're together and you know, they don't expect me and Justine's name to be called out, but they do.
Yes.
I wanted to capture that. But you know, things played out differently. I wanted to be in LA for Justine during the final because, as you know, it kind of went a bit weird for me and Justine.
Yes.
So you know, I took the decision to say, because she was obviously going to these events and stuff, and she's bless her, she's like doing this and doing that, and she's living that life in LA. While I'm in London, no one knows anything about it, you know, because it's not being aired. So I made the decision that I'm gonna go to LA. I'm gonna make sure that whilst it goes a bit weird and wonderful for me and her in the show, she's not going to these events alone. She's not feeling like she's, you know, alone through this, because we did it together. So I told my parents the day before I went to LA, and listen, they didn't believe me. They just was like, no, you didn't. I said, no, trust me, I was there. I definitely won it.
I won. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So that was funny. Like, it was just madness not to be able to share that moment with, you know, the UK people, right? Because in America, it was popping. I mean, me and Justine went for a coffee, walked down the street, and some group of girls and the guy were in like a drop top, and they'd skirt past us, roof down.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's crazy.
We love it. It's crazy. It's crazy how that all played out. And speaking of the finale, that was so crazy to watch. And we had a moment of being like, okay, first, as viewers, we're like, when all of the Islanders who were voted out walk back in, we're like, whoa, this has never been done before. We're about to watch something go down. But when the confrontations started and people started going to Johnny's side, coming for you. It was crazy. For you, coming for Justine, coming for Sally, for y'all. We were like...
George's energy, I said, they needed to get y'all out a little bit more in Fiji when y'all were back in quarantine. That was a mess.
My first question is, do you think and do you know if the Islanders got the same edit we got? Because the energy they were giving you was not matching what we watched.
I generally do not know what they've seen to this day. Like, because, like you said, them coming back in had never been done before. And I was like, this is amazing. Like, because at the time, I was like, yo, my people's them. Like, I haven't seen you for a minute. Like, you guys have been and gone since. So I'm like, wicked to see you. But the energy was mad. Like, the energy
switched up.
And do you know what I did? They're looking at me. No, and I clocked it. They're looking at me like I'd done something wrong, and I was baffed. Like I was so confused. Like, and I was like, I said to Justine, I was like, what have they seen? Like, what's going on?
It's weird.
Because once I was in the show with everyone, at no point in any of my time in the villa did anyone say, Jack, I don't really agree with what you did there, or I don't really agree with what you said there. You know, that's not cool. So
your game playing, it never popped up for our edit.
I just didn't get it. Like I didn't get it. So then for them to come back and have this angle of like, you're playing a game, and you know, Justine, be careful. Honestly, I was bamboozled. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what they'd seen. And then I'm thinking, no, but I haven't played a game. Like I haven't been a certain way to Justine or to the Islanders, and then gone into my beach hut, which is like the one-on-one camera thing, and be like, nah, like I've just been me.
That, and also there was a game to be played on all the Love Island franchises. It's Love Island game, so yes, in theory you were, but also you weren't playing Justine. So
that's the fact. Everyone in there is Love Island games, right? So everyone to a certain extent is playing the game. That's the whole point why we're here. But it felt as if I had done something wrong. But really in my heart, I knew I was just myself. Do you know what I'm saying? I knew I was just being completely genuine with Justine. Like, so for them to come and be like, you know, be careful, Justine, take the money, I literally...
That was crazy.
I didn't know I didn't even know. I was just a bit like, okay, cool. And then, like, if you notice, they was all standing up there on their podiums, whoever they decided to back. And Maya said, Jack, who do you want to... Like, do you want to say anything on your behalf? You know, you've just been absolutely grilled. And I just was like, you know what, yeah. And I stood up. I hadn't planned nothing.
When you stood up,
that was,
I said, yeah? But no, because the thing is as well, what you guys don't know is that scene, as you one might call it, that's like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, right?
Jesus. What?
And me and Justine obviously won the tire challenge that put us straight into the final.
Yes.
Also, the night before that, me and Justine sent Ray home.
Right. Yes. Yep. Right.
So emotionally, very draining because we didn't want to send Ray home, right? We did not want to send, like, to this day, like, it's a game, but we didn't want to send him.
It hurt.
Right? And it was a very late night. Because I was so, like, stressed about sending Ray home after it had been done, you know, I was up until like 7 a.m. The sun was up. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you watch it back, I come into the room really, really late, and I'm just in my mind a lot. So naturally very tired, emotionally drained, and then, you know, we're doing the challenge, and this challenge is the semi-finals. Like, we need to make sure we get through to the final.
Yes.
We got through to the final. We're now sat in the 2 seats that every single islander has travelled thousands and thousands of miles across the world to sit in, because these are the 2 seats that get you straight into the final, right? So I'm sat there, Justine sat there, I'm relaxing. I'm thinking, whoa, I'm done. And then, you know, you get machine gunned like I did, and I was just like, where has this come from? Like, but yeah, like I said, it's late in the night, and it was emotionally draining. But yeah, to answer your question, I don't know what they saw. You know?
Have you spoken to any of those salty folks, like Ray?
I've seen Ray on Justine's Instagram
talking again. But have you had a chance to connect with any of those folks to ask, like, what was the vibe?
Yeah, like, to be honest with you, when we won, we come off the show. We spent. I think we went to like in a hotel. There was like a bar thing, and you know, some of the islanders were in there. You know, but at that point in time, you know, I didn't want. I didn't really. I did care, because I did care, but it wasn't. I didn't want it to ruin the moment that I just had, right? Yeah. And I wasn't going to let that ruin the moment I had. And I wasn't going to let that ruin the moment. I've seen some of the Islanders when I was in LA. I see some of them there. But, you know, it's what it is, guys. Like, I don't take things personally. And this is the thing, like, yeah, you can have your opinion on me, and that's fine. Like, everyone, that's what the whole show is built on. This is another thing. The whole show, if there's no opinions, this show doesn't work.
Agree. Right? That's the thing. And we're not watching.
Understand. Exactly. So I understand you guys need your opinions. I don't have to agree with it. I don't agree with it, but I don't have to pretend to agree with it. And it won't, like, and another thing, like, I don't see myself seeing half of the Islanders again in my life, and that's not
the truth.
Like, I'm not being salty towards them. If I see them, I wouldn't be rude to them. But, like, my life's here.
Yeah.
Yes. Your life is over there. Your life's in Germany, Sweden, France. You know what I mean? Like, anywhere else. But, like, I have no hard feelings towards anyone. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we was all on a show together, and I had a great time.
Yeah. Love it.
And you won.
Love it.
Like, that's just, I mean...
Not just the game, but most valuable Islanders. When Maya Jama announced... Or no, it was Mora who announced it on Instagram. I fell out of my seat.
It was well earned.
It was well earned.
Really nice to receive that. Just because that was something that the American public voted for. You know, like that is the first and only inkling that any of us would have received any type of love from the viewers, right? Because obviously what it recorded. So yeah, me and Justine winning that. Like, I remember we was in her front room, and she was like, "Oh my God!" Because we see it be announced, like, "Oh, guys, vote for your favorite Islander." Yeah. So we was, you know, we won it. So like, we probably ain't gonna win the MVP. Like, we're not gonna, you know, that'll be really, you know, they'll be really taking the mick. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So then, you know, she checked her email, and she was like, "Oh my God! Like, have you seen? I said, "No, what are you talking about?" She goes, "No, I got MVP. I said, "No way!" And then she was like, "Check your email." I was like, "There's no way I've got it. There's no way you." And I went.
Let me just check right quick. Let me just check.
Yeah, Justine. Yeah.
And I was like, and I see the email. I said, you know, "Oh my, you've got a text." And I was like, "What?" And then
I love
it. Congratulations, American public voted you. And I was just like, Justine, we have just clean sweep the whole show.
Like, I mean, come on now. They need to pay you a fee. Like, that is, they did. That was like, that is, it truly, nothing like that will happen again. You guys changed.
Quick game in our last couple of minutes.
Yeah, so we want to do a quick round of Mary Snog Pie of just like random things.
Snog, Mary Pie.
Snog, Mary Pie, whatever. Random things. And you just give us your quick take. So the first is going to be Snog, Mary Pie. LA, Fiji, or London?
Quick fire. Marry London, because that's my ends. Yeah. Snog, LA, and Pie, Fiji. I've been there, done it.
There we go. Fair. Come on now.
Fair.
All right. House, grime, or R&B?
I would... Ooh, don't do that to me.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen some of your playlists. You're all over the map.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd marry house. I'd snog. What's the other two?
Grime and R&B.
I'd marry R&B. I'd snog house, and I'd have to pie.
Wow. Whoa, that actually hurt.
I didn't see that coming.
Can I explain why? Can I explain why?
Yes.
Because grime, I love grime, right? From day, you know, from 2008 grime from London, it was popping. But I weren't into music like that at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because house and hip hop is more, not my generation, because grime still happens now, but it was more what I would DJ. It's more that I'd understand more stuff. But I love grime. You know what I'm saying? You just put me in a predicament, guys.
We're just trying to have the truth come out.
But hear this bit. I can put grime into house, you know? So I can
That's
put that into
truth.
house, right? So, you know, best of both worlds. You said I can't.
There we go. There we go. Okay. Rachel, you're going to have to help me with this middle name on this one. I forget how to say it.
Nando's, Wagamama, or Domino's?
You don't have Wagamamas?
There's one in New York now or
one.
something. Or in LA. One.
It's you have Nando's. You don't have Nando's.
But we love Nando's. There's Nando's. We have the peri peri sauce here, but we don't have... There's one in D.C.
Yeah, but you don't have Nando's. I was in Vegas. There was no Nando's.
Yeah.
No. It's...
Yeah, man. Okay, I'd marry Nando's because I love myself some chicken and rice, but that's standard. Wagamama's I'm snogging, and I'm having to ditch the pizza.
Wow. Okay. What about Beyonce, Rihanna, Meg Thee Stallion?
Marrying Riri.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm snogging B, and then I'm gonna have to say goodbye to Meg. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
That's fair. And here's the thing.
It's a hard one.
I have long said that Imani resembles Meg Thee Stallion, and after the way she behaved, I would do the same thing just by virtue of the...
Mariah said it, not that.
I said it. I know. I'm just saying. Rachel, do you want to do another one?
Yes. What about, because we didn't really get to see you, I guess in Love Island Games, we saw you all drinking a little bit in the villa, but your drink of choice, red wine, white wine, or a pint of beer?
Red, I'm snogging. White, I don't mind. Red and white, I love both. I don't really mind, but I'm not too big on the beer. I'm not too big on beer. I drink it at a football match, but I'm not a beer guy. You know, I like myself Hennessy, apple juice, tequila.
Not Hennessy. Anything can happen. Come on. He really said he been about that.
You got some in the fridge.
No.
With a Magnum.
Stop it. You better stop.
You have Magnums?
No.
You don't have Magnums?
No. What is it? What is it?
It's a tonic wine, but it's just, I can't believe you don't have it.
No, never seen it before in my life. You made it up.
That is massive over here. Like, this is...
Wow.
This is the lit.
No, come on, get us... Rachel, when next up, go and get our little...
Up. Uh-oh. Got a sip of the Magnum. Describe it.
It might be morning where you are, but it's, touching evening where I am, so...
Yeah, come on. This is the epitome of 5 o'clock somewhere. I'll put some of that in my coffee. Last question, Rachel.
Question.
Yeah.
Laura Crane, Justine, Laura Anderson.
I'm marrying Justine.
There we go. Love it.
And then the other two, I don't mind. You can choose. I don't mind. respectfully, I don't mind because Justine, you know what, Justine, and then I'd snog Laura Crane, and then I'd have to say goodbye to Anderson. But I love all three of them, you know. Yeah. Obviously, more Justine, but all three of them, we done a massive show and life experience together. So you have to, they've always, whenever I see any of them, obviously Justine separately, but when I see both Laura's, which is very rarely, you know, I always say hello. I make a beeline to make sure they're okay.
I love it. You know? So as we wrap up, what's next for Jack Fowler? We know that you got new music coming in 2024. Are you officially rebooting the music career? Right. Will we hear you on the mic? What's the vibes? What do you want to get fans excited about?
So do you know what? I've been in the studio for like the past year and a half, 2 years, and I just knuckled down and made music, and I'm part of a collective called Franklin East. And it's me and 3 other guys, and we all bring something amazing to the table when it comes to music. You know, we write, we produce everything ourselves, and I feel like we got a very unique sound. So we're just, you know, dialing in on that. And when I was in LA with Justine, you know, she was like, Jack, please can I hear some of your music? Please can I hear some music? So we're just cruising down the street, and I was just going through the list, and she's like, oh my God, I love this one. And so, I just think next up, 2024, big time for music for me and the boys. I obviously dropped a little reel last night with me and Justine vibes.
So good. I sent it to every group chat.
The way that I was like, reverberated through every app on our phones. Loved it.
Really? Such joy. Such joy.
And I can't wait. Rachel, we're booking our trip next year, and we're coming to see him live.
Oh, we're definitely got to see you live.
Go get our magnums and go see Black Jack do his thing.
Yes. Thank you so much, Jack, for joining us. We want to just plug the show. If you haven't already, stream all episodes of Love Island Games exclusively on P.